Hey there, lovely souls. Welcome to my channel, Magnetize Official. Have you ever felt like you're trying to control a process that just seems beyond your grasp? In today's video, I'm diving into a reading for our wonderful collective here on YouTube, and there's a recurring message that's surfacing. We're learning that control isn't always an option. This concept might feel elusive or even perplexing, especially for those of us navigating deep, transformative connections, whether it's a twin flame journey or other profound soul bonds. These connections often stir us in ways that defy logical understanding. They're not meant to be dissected mentally. Instead, they work through us energetically, catalyzing profound change and guiding us back to our true essence. The purpose of these connections is to align us with our highest soul's path, making us powerful examples of that alignment. Even if the twin flame concept doesn't resonate with everyone here, this message has been particularly strong, especially from last night to today. So let's explore what this means for us collectively and individually. It seems like some of you might be feeling a bit restless lately, especially at night. You could be finding yourself up later than usual or waking up at odd hours. This restlessness might be linked to the strong energy we're experiencing right now, as we collectively work on letting go of control and embracing our personal growth. For many, particularly those on the twin flame journey, this means understanding that we don't need to micromanage the other person's actions, behaviors, or the timing of your connection or reunion. Instead, it's about giving yourself the freedom to fully live your own life, to embrace love, to manifest your dreams, and to share your unique gifts with the world, beyond the complexities of your connection with another soul. Many of us, especially those on a twin flame journey, have faced periods of deep isolation and loneliness. We've endured many ego deaths, feeling unseen, unsupported, and at times, unloved. But now, we're entering a new chapter where we get to take the transformed versions of ourselves, the ones forged through those intense experiences, and share them with the world in ways that feel right for us. How this authentic sharing looks will vary from person to person. For some, it might mean embarking on a new career or life path, or revealing a personal hobby or talent. Embracing a passion might be how we express this fresh phase of our journey. Right now, a significant shift is happening, especially for those of you who connect as the divine feminine. As the divine feminine steps into her true power, she's collectively breaking down old limitations related to timing and human-made constraints. This could show up as fears about aging or the passage of time. We're dismantling these outdated beliefs about when things should happen or how they should unfold. Instead of being held back by societal expectations or timelines, we're embracing the idea of living fully and authentically in the present moment. We're freeing ourselves from the worries of whether we're doing things too soon or too late, and focusing on being true to ourselves right now. Actually, many of us, particularly those who identify as divine feminines on this journey, have experienced a kind of intentional blindness, though that might not be the perfect term. What I mean is, we're deeply intuitive beings, often able to glimpse potential outcomes or see whether a person or opportunity is worth pursuing based on our sense of the future. However, this blindness is a way for the divine to guide us. Sometimes we're kept from knowing exactly how things will unfold because we're being taught to trust and surrender in the present moment. We're learning to stay fully present, follow our intuition step by step, and embrace the journey without needing to see the whole picture. This can be really challenging for the ego, because while many of us experience these profound, almost indescribable moments of fulfillment and aliveness, we also face intense fears when we can't see exactly how things will unfold. Right now, you're being called to trust. Trust that if something excites you, if it feels right in the moment, if it fills you with passion and joy, then it's significant for your journey. It's something you're meant to explore and pursue through living it, not just thinking it through. The ego might try to hold you back from following your soul's pull because it fears the unknown steps won't align with your conscious goals. But trust that your desires have been heard and are being met by the universe. These answers come through intuitive, passionate impulses and feelings, not through overthinking or planning. Even though we haven't pulled any cards yet, I'm already sensing these powerful messages and insights for our divine feminine collective. I hope you feel seen and supported, no matter where you are in the world. Your journey is uniquely yours, and only you can fully understand your soul's blueprint. If you're tuning into this video, it means you're closely aligned with your soul's blueprint. There's a remarkable harmony between your current life, your self-expression, and the path your soul intended for you. I like to imagine this as a blueprint, like those old architectural plans laid out on a table with a transparent overlay. In this metaphor, the blueprint represents your soul's highest vibrational path, encompassing all your dreams, goals, and desires. The transparent overlay is your everyday reality, showing how you're living and what you're experiencing right now. Many people are living in ways that are far from their soul's true blueprint, so their lives don't align with their deeper desires. But you're one of the rare individuals who is closely aligned, if not perfectly aligned, with what your soul envisioned for your time on Earth. You might not yet see all your dreams fully manifested, but you can tell you're on the right path by how you feel. When you experience those moments of sheer joy and fulfillment that seem almost beyond words, it's a sign that you're aligned with your soul's purpose. This alignment puts you on a trajectory where your deepest desires will naturally come to fruition with ease. It's crucial to remember that you are limitless. There's no need to confine your desires or goals to just one outcome because your highest vibrational timeline naturally encompasses all your dreams. From this elevated perspective, there's no need for self-sacrifice. In the past, many of us sacrificed our passions, whether it was art, music, or other interests, for what we thought were more practical or necessary paths. We told ourselves that giving up these things was worth it for a different but still fulfilling pursuit. Yet, many of us are now realizing that those passions we left behind were vital parts of our soul. By setting them aside, we felt restricted and unfulfilled. But as we align with this higher timeline, we see that it naturally includes all our heart's desires. There's room for every part of ourselves. Nothing has to be sacrificed or limited. We're stepping into a realm of truly unlimited potential, which goes beyond traditional goal setting with detailed plans and action steps. While you may feel inspired to take certain actions, this is more about embracing a broader vision that your soul has defined on a much deeper, ancient level. This means your desires can come to fruition in perfect harmony and timing. The key is to maintain your vibrational frequency, staying aligned with your goals, dreams, and desires, and letting them unfold naturally. It's less about forcing things into reality, and more about allowing them to manifest in their own time. Wow, this has been quite a fascinating reading. I didn't expect all these insights to come through, but clearly there's a group here that needed this message. I hope it resonated with you if it was meant for you. We have two intriguing cards today, Sacred Water and Plant Yourself Here. Sacred water represents nourishment, replenishment, health, rest, and self-care, while Plant Yourself Here stands for integration, embodiment, and grounded action. The strong message coming through is that you are mirrored in what you create and do in the world. For instance, if you run a business, remember that you are deeply connected to it. When you focus on nurturing, healing, and strengthening yourself, it naturally leads to growth and success in your business because they reflect each other. Even if you don't have a business, this concept applies to anything you're passionate about: art, music, your career, or any life path. Everything in your outer world mirrors how you're caring for yourself and building your inner foundation. With the card, plant yourself. Here, symbolizing bold, inspired action, it suggests that the steps you take, guided by your intuition, will lead you forward even if you can't see the whole picture yet. The word messy comes to mind because the path might seem tangled or disjointed. It might not look neat or perfectly organized, as the ego prefers, but it's actually the ideal route toward realizing all your heart's dreams and desires. I'm about to shuffle the traditional tarot cards. I should mention that I had a restless night of sleep last night, with heightened energy all around. If you've experienced any unusual energy at night, or have had vivid dreams or astral experiences lately, let me know in the comments. It seems like the dream world has been especially active recently. Here we have the 8 of Pentacles upright, which signals mastery and seeing the results of your hard work. You're reaching a point where your efforts are coming to fruition. Alongside it, the 7 of Pentacles suggests that patience is key. Things are unfolding and paying off. For the divine feminine I'm connecting with, you're in the process of mastering something significant, whether it's your personal healing, energy, relationships, or a specific skill in your field. We touched on this in a recent reading titled, "You Have Been Promoted in the Spiritual Realm." If this resonates with you, that reading might also be insightful, so feel free to check it out again. It feels like you've put in the work and are now experiencing an elevation, with your efforts truly beginning to manifest. Next up is the Knight of Swords upright, bringing a bold, decisive, and almost impulsive energy. As I started this reading, I received a unique and possibly unconventional message that might resonate with only a few of you. As you continue on your path, focusing on self-expression, embracing every facet of your soul, and pursuing your dreams, you're naturally attracting a powerful soul connection, perhaps without even realizing it. If you identify as a divine feminine, this could mean a divine masculine is deeply drawn to the way you've transformed your energy and boldly express yourself. The tricky part is that some of your self-expression might seem off-putting to others who are uncomfortable with their own shadows and don't want to be illuminated. You might find yourself questioning if your authentic self is pushing people away, particularly in social or romantic contexts, especially if you're navigating the dating scene. Understand that the reason you might feel like you're pushing people away is that your authenticity and alignment are too powerful for those who aren't ready to embrace such a strong light. But this is actually a positive sign. While some may be repelled, you're also attracting those who truly resonate with you on a soul level. Your soul family, who share your core soul frequency. These could be soulmates, new friends, a supportive social group, or a collaborative work environment. The people who seem to be drifting away due to your authenticity are simply not prepared to connect with you at this high vibrational level. It's a blessing that they're moving out of your life because this same energy is rapidly drawing in deep, meaningful, and authentic connections, as highlighted by the Knight of Swords. You might already be seeing this happen. It's a clear sign that you're deeply aligned with your soul's blueprint. When you're in this alignment, you might notice unexpected people reaching out to you or forming meaningful connections with people, even strangers. That might seem random. But in the universe, there's no such thing as randomness. You're attracting these authentic, significant interactions because of the new frequency you're radiating, a frequency that's perfectly aligned with your soul's true path. Referring back to the Knight of Swords, there's a divine masculine who is strongly drawn to your new energy. This could be someone from your past, someone you haven't met yet, or someone you've recently encountered. Only you will know how this fits into your life. But this person is very clear about what they want, and that's you. They're feeling decisive and assertive about this connection. For most of you, this will likely be a romantic connection, though it could also be social or platonic. If you're dating, it's probably romantic. This person may have experienced what my guides call a spontaneous spiritual awakening. The Death card symbolizes spiritual transformations, new beginnings, and letting go. This suggests that the person you're thinking about may have recently released something significant from their past. It's as if they were living unconsciously for a while, but now they've had a sudden spiritual awakening and are coming back online. This awakening might have brought some upheaval into their life, whether literal or emotional, depending on their situation. If this is someone from your past, their return might surprise you, almost like they're taking a final chance to reconnect. It's like someone making a dramatic move at the last moment to score the winning play. Even if you haven't had a connection with them before, you might feel a sense of familiarity. It's as if they were spiritually offline or unaware before, but now they're awakened and ready to make a move toward the divine feminine. They see you as embodying the Nine of Pentacles energy, independent, flourishing, and deeply inspiring on both a personal and spiritual level. You motivate them to become their best self. With the Two of Swords upright, it feels like two different energies are moving toward you. You might already be connecting with one masculine energy, and now another person is coming into your life, presenting a new path or opportunity. This creates a crossroads, giving you a new choice to consider. This new person might have been struggling with their fears, particularly around communication. They may have held back their words, letting them build up like the Ten of Wands, but now they're finally ready to confront their fears and express what they've always wanted to say. This message will particularly resonate if you have a history with this person. We've pulled the Angel of Balance in the reversed position, which indicates someone might be feeling emotionally overwhelmed right now. This could be you, or someone connected to you. The intensity of their emotions might make it hard for them to communicate clearly, even if they seem to be going silent. We also have the Contract card upright, which often represents karmic influences. This suggests that the person might be dealing with significant karmic issues, whether they're related to relationships, family, or internal patterns. Karmic energies can also manifest as self-destructive behaviors or limiting beliefs. This individual seems to be undergoing a profound spiritual transformation, particularly affecting their crown and third eye chakras. The crown chakra connects to the divine and higher self, while the third eye is linked to intuition. As their mind opens up to new insights, this could be contributing to their sense of overwhelm. They're likely working on grounding and stabilizing this intense energy. Next, we have the Door of Worth upright, which suggests that if this is someone outside of you, they are truly recognizing your value and significance. They might be looking to build a long-term connection with you. The word realization is coming through strongly, indicating that this person is coming to terms with their desire for something more permanent with you. With the third eye chakra reversed at the bottom of the deck, it seems they've been ignoring their intuition about this relationship for some time. They might have convinced themselves that wanting a serious relationship with you was childish or illogical. But now, despite any practical concerns, they've come to realize that they want to be with you. I keep hearing their words, "I want to be with you." At this point in the reading, it's likely that the message is about an external person or situation connected to you. The card, "I really do care, even though I don't show it," has appeared, highlighting someone who struggles to express or verbalize their emotions. Ironically, this person feels deeply, but tends to keep those feelings hidden, showing less than they actually experience. They're highly sensitive, but are adept at concealing their vulnerabilities. You might be feeling confused by this person. On a spiritual and deep level, you might sense their true feelings, but their difficulty in communicating those emotions in a physical, verbal way can make you question whether they really care. There's a conflict here. Your intuition strongly knows that this person deeply cares and wants a long-term connection with you. Yet it's easy to doubt or wonder about their true feelings, because they can be hard to read on a human level. I'm picking up on how this person's facial expressions might be masking or holding back their true emotions, making it challenging for you to read them when you look at them. This could be something you've been struggling with in relation to this person. It also seems like you've significantly raised your standards for love and connection. You now expect open, authentic communication, wanting someone to clearly show you how they feel, both physically and verbally. Your intuition is so strong that it sometimes makes dating difficult. You can sense someone's deep love and care, feeling their emotional energy, even when it isn't clearly expressed in physical terms. This ability to read people so deeply, almost as if it's being shown to you visually, might not always match up with what you see on the surface. Because of this, you might find yourself in situations where others question why you stay in certain relationships or connections when you're not being treated with the respect you deserve. They might wonder how you can be sure someone cares about you when they aren't showing it outwardly. The truth is, your intuition is so sharp that you can read people's feelings even when they aren't expressed physically. You've reached a point in your soul's journey where your intuition seamlessly blends with the physical world. You can read people so effortlessly that it's almost hard to tell whether you're picking up on their feelings telepathically or if they're being communicated directly. In matters of love and relationships, you often sense how someone feels about you on an energetic level, even when your human side feels hurt, betrayed, or unsupported. A significant part of your recent journey has been learning to honor and support your human self, rather than neglecting it for the sake of what you intuitively sense. You're now opening yourself up to connections that nurture you on a physical and emotional level, not just spiritually. After all, you're here to experience life in all its wonderful, pleasurable, beautiful, and creative forms. When you focus solely on the energetic aspects of love and connection without seeing them manifest in tangible ways, you might be missing out on the full richness of the human experience. Much of your journey has been about integrating the spiritual with the material and being honest with yourself about your human needs, what you require to feel loved, cared for, and supported in a physical sense. It's about opening yourself to receiving love, support, and abundance in concrete ways, which lays the foundation for a truly fulfilling life. Everything in your life is linked to your soul's purpose and the work you're doing here on Earth. For some of you, there's an important spiritual mission at play that necessitates being physically loved and supported in specific ways. It also demands a high level of respect from those who are part of your life and your journey. Your spirit guides, or the divine, are actively removing things and people from your life that don't fully support or reciprocate your energy. This is because your mission is so significant. You're here to achieve something grand, and you can't do that if you're feeling ungrounded and unsupported. I understand this is a big message, and I hope it resonates with those who need to hear it. Now, let's dive deeper. We have the contract card showing up again, which is linked to the third eye chakra. This suggests that clarity is coming your way. In the past 24 to 48 hours, you might have experienced a moment of insight, as if a fog has lifted, and you're seeing things in a new light. This realization could be about a connection, relationship, friendship, belief, person, or environment that has been holding you back from reaching your full potential. Even though your true nature is limitless, something has been holding you back from reaching your highest potential. This newfound clarity might seem sudden, but it's actually the result of a long process of build-up. For some of you, this insight might involve recognizing who or what has access to your energy. You may have given certain people or groups more access to your personal space and energy than you realized, and it's been draining you. Now could be the time to close those energetic doors and focus on what truly brings you joy and nourishes your soul. It's about letting go of connections that have been depleting you. Another aspect to consider is that many people connect with you on a deeper level in the quantum realm, even if they don't physically reach out. This can be emotionally and energetically distracting, especially for someone as intuitively gifted as you. Even without direct contact, you might feel their energy pulling at you. This often shows up in your dreams, where you might find yourself having conversations with them. These aren't just products of your imagination, but rather their soul or higher self trying to communicate with you. Although they aren't making physical moves, they might be subconsciously trying to draw you toward them. When people think intensely about you, their thoughts carry a strong emotional charge that sends energy your way. You pick up on this energy subconsciously, which can then appear in your dreams, thoughts, or meditations. This is often why you might suddenly feel compelled to reach out to someone, or think about them intensely, even when you don't fully understand why. There might be at least one person currently reaching out to you in subtle ways. This is someone who may have underappreciated you when they were in your life, as indicated by the reversed appreciation card. They're now experiencing a shift or an ego death, symbolized by the reversed thinking man. Instead of approaching you directly, they're using these more subtle, subconscious methods to connect because they're uncertain about how you would react to direct communication. With the deceit card reversed, it suggests this person is coming to terms with some truth or wanting to share it with you. They're realizing something they didn't understand before and are seeking peace or reconciliation. This might be someone you parted ways with on less than ideal terms, whether in a platonic or romantic context. The Two of Wands upright indicates that this person once believed the grass was greener on the other side. They might have left your connection impulsively, jumping into a new relationship or situation that seemed promising, but turned out to be a karmic lesson. Now, they're realizing that what they had with you was far better, and that they acted recklessly. The reversed Temperance card and the upright Magician show that this person is now trying to manifest you back into their life. However, they're doing this quietly and subconsciously, without giving you any clear signs. It seems their pride is holding them back from reaching out directly and admitting that they were wrong. They might be too proud to be the first to make amends and acknowledge their mistake of thinking things would be better elsewhere. This person is done with the regret of losing you, and is now hoping for a fresh start and something long-term with you. The Seven of Pentacles upright suggests they've been persistently sending you energy for a while. You might be starting to notice this energy manifesting in your dreams, visualizations, or sudden thoughts about them. These insights might not resonate with everyone, but if they align with something you've been experiencing, take it as a sign of confirmation. Let's dive deeper and see what other messages come through for all the wonderful souls tuning in to today's reading. The Fear card has appeared, bringing up themes of darkness, hesitation, and insecurity, along with the reassuring message that you are protected. I'm curious if this fear is coming from you or someone close to you. The next card, Appreciation, urges you to see the blessings and practice appreciation. It seems someone deeply values and feels a strong connection with you, but they're also grappling with fear. The Mystery card shows up next, symbolizing magic, intrigue, and suspense. It looks like you're stepping into unknown territory with someone who finds your energy incredibly captivating and mysterious. This person finds you utterly fascinating and a bit of a mystery. They feel like they understand you on some level, but there's also an element of you that they'll never quite figure out. They're enchanted by the depth you have, something they haven't experienced with anyone else before. However, the Regret card shows up, hinting that they're feeling remorseful about past events, either related to your connection or in general. The Solitude card suggests they've been spending a lot of time alone, possibly during long drives or commutes, using that time for deep reflection and introspection. You might be sensing a profound inner shift right now. Even if it hasn't fully shown up in your outer world, energetically and spiritually, something big is happening within you. Let's take a deeper look at what this shift could mean by exploring the Six of Pentacles and the reversed Seven of Wands. It seems like you're dealing with someone, or maybe yourself, finally letting go of something the ego has held onto for too long. This isn't about giving up, but about releasing a burden, whether it's a job, friendship, or relationship. The ego resisted, seeing it as a loss, but with the Sun card shining brightly, your desire for freedom has grown stronger than the ego's need for control. If the number 19 holds meaning for you, remember the affirmation, I shine my light on the world around me, and my radiance attracts more success. A key message that's been coming through powerfully is this. You can only give to others what you've first given yourself. You can't offer love without loving yourself first. You can't support others if you're not supporting yourself. And you can't help others find freedom if you're not freeing yourself. Society often teaches the opposite, making us believe that seeking abundance, freedom, or self-love is selfish. But part of our journey, as individuals and as a collective, is to break free from these limiting beliefs. We're here to challenge the fear and scarcity mindset that keeps us trapped and to embrace the truth that it's not selfish to seek love, freedom, and abundance. My spirit guides are highlighting this because for whoever this message is for, you've always carried the energy of the Six of Pentacles, generosity, and an open heart. As I tune into your energy, I feel deeply moved because, despite everything you've been through, your heart remains wide open. I see you standing with your arms outstretched, eyes closed, radiating love, even when you felt attacked or hurt. Perhaps the love you've given wasn't always returned, but you've bravely kept your heart open, even when others mistook that for weakness. What's powerful here is that your open heart is actually your strength. While some may see it as naivety, it's a spiritual shield, transforming any negativity or attacks into beauty, love, and light. You've become a master at turning shadows into radiance, even though it hasn't always been easy. The reversed Seven of Wands confirms this process of release we mentioned earlier. What might look like giving up to others is actually an inner surrender of the ego's need for control. It's a return to what you truly deserve: love, freedom, and abundance. It seems like the decision you're making, or are in the process of making, might be viewed as selfish by others, or even by your inner critic, the ego. But here's the truth. You're being called to embrace this kind of selfishness. It's not the kind that shuts others out, but the kind that helps you reconnect with yourself and radiate deep self-love. This radical self-love might be misunderstood, but in reality, it makes you a beacon of unconditional love. Such beautiful messages are coming through for you right now. So remember, only take what resonates with you from this reading. I'm feeling a strong pull to the Starseed Oracle deck, so let's shuffle and see what comes through. Also, a quick reminder. If you want to receive specific messages from this reading, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It's a way of sharing your energy with me, and it helps me tune into your vibes more easily. All right, let's dive in. I sense you've recently made, or are about to make, a significant choice that feels both heavy and scary. It might involve letting go of someone, something, or a situation. The fears you're feeling are just illusions. They're not your intuition. Your true intuition is that whisper of excitement, the sense of freedom budding inside you, and the hope that feels both thrilling and a little intimidating. It's not fear guiding you, but that bold, visionary part of you that may terrify the ego. Those fears aren't signs you're on the wrong path. They're echoes from the timeline you've shifted away from. For some reason, I'm really drawn to talk about timeline shifts here. If that resonates with you, let me know in the comments. It feels like you're going through something major, a timeline shift, a big upgrade. I've talked before about quantum leaps, timeline shifting, and parallel realities. These are different ways of describing a radical shift in your vibration that causes your entire life's trajectory to change quickly. It's kind of like in those time travel movies where the character feels disoriented after moving between dimensions. My guides are showing me that you've shifted timelines so rapidly that you may be feeling some strange physical or emotional sensations. Emotionally, there could be waves of fear and doubt. Physically, I'm picking up on sensations in your solar plexus and crown chakra. In the solar plexus, some of you may feel nausea or appetite changes, either eating a lot or barely eating at all. You might even be noticing weight fluctuations. In the crown chakra, it could feel like you're a little off balance, almost dizzy or lightheaded. And while I'm not a doctor, so I always encourage you to check with a medical professional first. If you've already ruled out medical causes, this could be energetic. I feel very guided to share this, and I hope it reaches the person who needs to hear it. You're in the middle of a profound shift, and it's completely natural to feel a bit unsettled as you adjust to your new reality. The Starseed Oracle card we've drawn is Activated Earth, Power Places, Ley Lines, Trust where you're led. The message, trust where you're being led, is coming through strongly, and I want to make sure it sinks deep into your subconscious. Trust where you're being led. Trust where you're being led. For many of you, it feels like you're being guided intuitively, and sometimes it might even feel like a push. If you're not listening to your intuition and keep trying to follow a path that doesn't align with the new energy you're embodying, the universe will close off that path. It's like the universe puts up a sign saying, "No entry, this road is under construction." Sometimes this guidance might seem forceful. Your intuition might nudge you in a direction, and if you ignore it, those nudges will get louder until you find you literally can't go down the old paths anymore. Despite this, doubts and fears about whether you're on the right path might still linger. I'm feeling a strong message from your guides for whoever I'm connecting with. When you ask yourself, am I on the right path? Know that you're not just on the right path, you're on the only path available because Spirit has closed off all other options. The work you've done on yourself and the way you've raised your vibration meant that this was the only path for you, and it couldn't have happened any other way. I don't know who needs to hear this, but it's clear that your guides are trying to get through to someone. It seems like you might be reflecting on past decisions, relationships, career choices, or life paths, and your ego might be dragging you back to question if you should have taken a different route. Your guides want you to know that not only was this the right path, but it was the only path you could have taken. You're more connected to your intuition than you or others might realize. The card, Empathy, which came up with the message, I am open to seeing both sides of a situation, is interesting here. I'm pulling additional clarification and have drawn the Failure card. This feels like a specific message for someone listening. You might be absorbing someone else's sense of failure and taking responsibility for it. For some of you, this could be related to a parent who feels they've failed or regrets their past. You might have taken on their sense of responsibility, trying to fulfill their unfulfilled dreams instead of letting them work through their own issues. This could also apply to a romantic situation where someone didn't treat you as you deserved. Because of your deep empathy, you may have given this person a lot of grace, understanding that they were acting from a place of unawareness and carrying their own wounds. They might have issues with their sense of security and forming close bonds, affecting their ability to connect deeply with others. This person might not have many close connections in their life, and it feels like they're carrying an unresolved inner child wound. I'm picking up strong masculine energy here, so if you're a divine feminine, this might be a divine masculine who, due to that deep-rooted wound, has made mistakes toward you. For some of you, a series of mistakes. It wasn't just a one-time thing. You forgave them repeatedly because they didn't do the inner work needed to change. Despite their repeated patterns, you continued to forgive them because your empathic nature allowed you to see their pure heart and immense spiritual potential beneath their wounds. He's a very ancient soul who, in this lifetime, has taken on a lot of karmic patterns for both the collective and, I'm seeing, a family lineage. It's almost as if his soul had plans with you, but didn't anticipate just how much these karmic patterns would weigh him down in this incarnation. It seems this masculine became deeply entrenched in these patterns and feels a great deal of regret. He has a habit, energetically speaking, of something he's not fully conscious of because the inner work hasn't been completed yet. He's just starting to awaken and connect the dots about what's going on within him, but he's only scratching the surface. For you, divine feminine, this situation has become quite challenging. Your empathic nature means you absorb this person's energy, including their sense of failure, regret, and pain, more deeply than most people in your life. This bond, whether spiritual or a soul tie, makes you feel their struggles intensely, almost as if it's dragging you down. Despite this, you still hold a lot of love and admiration for them. It's clear that these messages are hitting deeply for someone out there, and they're very intense. All right, let's dive deep into the cards and uncover more about what you need to know right now. This reading has been truly unique, and I'm grateful to everyone who has contributed their powerful energy. We've drawn the man holding a coin, reversed. For whoever I'm connecting with, this card likely represents a masculine figure you're deeply connected to. He might be starting his own spiritual awakening, but is still carrying a lot of heavy, unresolved wounds. This could very well be the same masculine we've been discussing. We also have the woman holding a heart, upright. The message here is to stay centered, stay grounded, and fully reclaim your heart and your power. When I say take back your power, it's not about disconnecting from this person in a harsh way. Rather, it's about re-entering yourself and shifting the focus back to where it truly belongs. Many of you are highly sensitive and know how challenging it can be to translate energy into words or art. So, what I mean by taking back your power is to recalibrate yourself and focus on your own well-being and strength. Because sometimes, the concept of taking your power back sounds like stealing. It sounds like something very forceful, something very aggressive. In this case, it's not that at all. In fact, with this person, what you'll find is that whenever you get into that push energy, where you're trying to chase them, trying to get them to see your worth or your value, trying to get them to love you, or to express something to you, or to meet your needs, you'll find that this push energy repels this person, but equally, whenever you pull back hard, whenever you, as we said, forcefully or aggressively try to take back your power from this person, when it has that undertone of anger or aggression to it, you might find that in the moment you're able to kind of forcefully reclaim some of your power. But then, over the course of the next few days and weeks, you have a boomerang effect. As hard as you pulled back away from that person, you find yourself circling back to them. That's, I think, what I'm trying to explain here. It is so complicated to put this energy into words, but if you're experiencing this, I know you will recognize what I'm talking about. What Spirit wants to say is, don't see this as pushing or pulling away. See this as recalibration, re-entering. Shift the focus to yourself. Shift the focus to your purpose, your passion, whatever that is for you. Whatever lights you up, whatever you came to this planet to do, shift your focus into peace, into self-love. Your choice to recalibrate your energy field in this way, even if to other people around you or to the physical form of this masculine, might be seen or judged as selfish. If they are very unawakened, not every masculine I'm channeling here will feel this way. They may be triggered by you re-entering yourself in this way. But what you'll find over time is that this masculine will respond energetically in a mirrored way. They will begin re-entering, recalibrating themselves, and that door to their awakening will continue swinging open. But this hinges on you because, again, you and this person, I am telling you, are so energetically connected. It's probably driving you crazy at times because you are so connected that you feel everything from each other. That is why the pushing and pulling away doesn't work. Whether you're pushing towards them or pulling hard away from them, it ends up boomeranging you back into this energy of fear, desperation, and anxiety. That's why your guides are reframing this as a recalibration, a re-entering of yourself, a shifting in your focus. Ironically, this is what actually heals this person. You are healing each other. Through your meeting and connection, you have spiritually activated one another. Now it's time for recalibration, re-entering, and healing. Just as your activation took place through each other, your healing and recalibration are taking place through each other as well. We have the card, Water Your Garden. When it comes to this re-entering and recalibration, I keep hearing your guides say, remember that you're human too. You came here to be physical. You came here to be human. You came here to explore, adventure, travel, experience pleasure, and experience love. I'm getting emotional because I feel that, for someone I'm tapping into, particularly a divine feminine, you may have felt that in order to be spiritual enough, you had to sacrifice your humanity. You might have felt that you had to force yourself to remain in situations where you felt unreciprocated or unbalanced love in 3D. You thought you had to give up some of your passions or hobbies because maybe you felt they weren't spiritual enough or they were too messy. I'm hearing toxic positivity, so someone may have had people around them with what we sometimes call toxic positivity, which is a form of spiritual bypassing. This happens when you're really trying to cover your wounds and pain with superficial positive energy instead of allowing yourself to feel the emotions, and through feeling them, to heal and process them. Exciting news! We're thrilled to announce that channel membership is now available. By joining, you'll get exclusive perks, behind-the-scenes content, and special access to our community. It's a fantastic way to support the channel and get even more out of your experience with us. Click the join button to explore the membership options and see what exciting benefits await you. We can't wait to welcome you to our growing family and share more amazing content together. This journey often unfolds through a powerful spiritual initiation known as a spiritual awakening, where a significant event or internal shift dramatically transforms your energy. For those on a twin flame path, this initiation often happens through an energy transfer when meeting or connecting with their twin flame. But remember, the twin flame journey is just one of many ways to experience this awakening. It can also arise from a near-death experience, a profound connection with a spiritual soul, or life circumstances so intense that they deeply shake your energy field, loosening the rigid paradigms most people unconsciously follow. As you release attachment to a specific timeline, I keep seeing numbers like 1777 or 2777, which might resonate with someone. You start to navigate between different timelines, dimensions, and realities. This newfound ability can sometimes confuse our conscious minds, which are more accustomed to a linear understanding of existence. It might feel disorienting, but it can also be exciting as you realize you're not limited to a single path. Instead, you're reclaiming your power as a conscious, creative force in your life, a power that has always been within you. Deep down, you've always known that you are a powerful, limitless being, capable of shaping your reality. As this profound awakening takes place within you, you might experience moments of disorientation. It can feel like a fogginess in the mind or a physical sensation similar to dizziness, a kind of spiritual vertigo. Of course, I must stress that I'm not a medical professional, and it's important to seek medical advice for any physical symptoms you experience. But for those of you who intuitively feel that these sensations are linked to an energetic shift rather than a physical cause, know that your body and mind are working to process and interpret this powerful transformation. Wow, this is fascinating. I've noticed that this message often resonates deeply with those who identify with divine, feminine energy. It's important to remember that we all carry both divine feminine and divine masculine energies within us, regardless of gender. So when I use terms like him or her, which I try to avoid, it's more about describing energetic qualities than literal gender. I keep getting this image of a winding river, gently curving and bending as it flows. This river represents the journey through old patterns and dynamics. At first, it might feel like you're navigating wide, sweeping bends deeply embedded in past behaviors and cycles, an earlier version of yourself caught in repetitive patterns. But as you grow and evolve, these bends become less pronounced. The curves tighter, signaling that those old patterns are losing their hold. Eventually, the river straightens out, and those patterns dissolve completely, fading away like mist over water. Healing isn't usually a straight upward climb. It's more like this river, gradually straightening and clarifying as you release the past. Your guides are gently reminding you to be kind to yourself. Don't be hard on yourself if you occasionally revisit old patterns or dynamics. This revisiting is part of your process of releasing them, a natural phase out of what no longer serves you. It's an energetic cleansing that happens in perfect timing, even if it doesn't feel immediate. You're allowing this transformation to unfold, and that's a beautiful part of your journey. Your guides also want to point out that many people get stuck in these wide bends because they're afraid to let these patterns flow through and out of them. They fear the depth of their emotions and the pain, so they choose to repress rather than process. But you, Divine Feminine, are bravely in tune with your emotional landscape. By embracing and processing these emotions, you're undergoing a profound transformation. You'll start to notice this growth in both subtle changes and significant shifts. Keep an eye out for these signs. They're affirmations of your deep and powerful evolution on an energetic level. Now, the next card I'm pulling is the Speaker, upright, positioned over the throat chakra. This indicates that you're stepping into your power, especially in how you express yourself. It seems you've been having some important conversations lately, where you've been confidently and clearly sharing your thoughts and feelings. Your voice carries strong energy right now, and it's cutting through illusions and falsehoods like a knife. This clarity and authenticity might be triggering for some people around you, but it's a testament to the powerful truth you're bringing forth. This isn't just about triggering reactions, it's also about awakening and catalyzing the spiritual growth of those who encounter your powerful expression. Your words and the energy behind them are acting as a catalyst for transformation in the people and environments around you. I'm picking up that people's responses to the power of your voice vary greatly, depending on their level of spiritual consciousness and openness. For some, your words hold such deep truth that they may feel intensely triggered. This reaction often stems from an internal resistance to confronting aspects of themselves that your voice brings to light, parts they might not be ready to face. On the flip side, there are those who are irresistibly drawn to you, captivated by the authenticity and clarity you exude. Your voice serves as a beacon, attracting those who resonate with your energy and are ready to embrace the truths you're sharing. This mixed reaction, where your presence both attracts and unsettles, reflects the powerful energy you're radiating. As divine feminines, we're learning to navigate this balance. Our spiritual growth and purification process naturally amplifies our energy, like a strong magnet. This energy draws in what aligns with our vibration, while pushing away what doesn't. This natural polarization is a sign of our evolving power and is an essential part of our spiritual journey. Don't be afraid of the energies, people, or situations that move away from you. This isn't a negative outcome. Rather, it's a positive indication that you're making room for higher vibrational connections and opportunities in areas like love, friendships, career, and abundance. Now, let's dive into the cards. The Lovers reversed, the Magician upright, the Ten of Cups, and the Three of Cups reversed. The Lovers reversed and the Magician upright, in particular, are significant indicators of twin flame energy. Their appearance in this spread strongly suggests that many of you connecting with this reading are either on a twin flame journey or closely tied to this powerful energy. The Lover's card reversed, paired with the Magician upright, indicates that there might be noticeable disruptions or imbalances in the physical realm of your twin flame connection. This could show up as physical separation or a sense of things being out of sync, which might be obvious to you or others from a material perspective. Even with these outward signs of disconnection, there's a powerful energetic recalibration underway. This process might bring about feelings of chaos or confusion as it creates a sort of cognitive dissonance. On the surface, things might seem disjointed, but spiritually, there's a profound alignment happening. This alignment is taking place within both you and your twin flame, as you mirror each other's energies. Due to your shared core soul frequency, any changes or shifts you experience are reflected in your twin flame, highlighting the deep interconnectedness of your spiritual journey. Your guides are stressing this because you might have recently questioned whether the internal changes you're feeling are also happening within your twin flame. You may be wondering, was it all just a fantasy? The message is clear. You'll soon receive a sign or physical evidence confirming that the balancing process is indeed happening within your twin flame. This reassurance will help affirm the shared nature of your journey and the realignment occurring between both of you. Let's delve into the energy of this masculine coming through right now. He's deeply submerged in his emotions, with the 10 of Cups reversed and the 3 of Cups reversed, indicating a strong sense of disconnection from you. The energy around him feels heavy, filled with disappointment, regret, and fear. He's dealing with a lot of dense emotional energy and is facing a heart-triggering moment. This often leads him to build emotional walls. When his heart starts to open, his ego steps in, reacting with fear and telling him to shut down. This has likely been frustrating for you, divine feminine, creating a push-pull dynamic in your connection. Instead of embracing the energy and opening up, he retreats, trying to protect himself from the vulnerability these emotions bring. However, there's a shift occurring energetically. His guides and higher self are encouraging him to slowly open his heart. You might have noticed moments where he's less able to hide his feelings and where the intensity of his emotions becomes more apparent. This heart-opening process is becoming harder for him to mask, driven by a profound inner transformation. Your guides also want you to know that this change in him is closely connected to your journey of self-love. As you've embraced and nurtured self-love, finding your own worthiness and stability, it has not only attracted him on a physical level, but also sparked a spiritual breakthrough within him. With the 6 of Wands upright, it signifies a major spiritual victory. This card suggests that he is on the brink of a breakthrough, moving towards a deeper understanding and alignment with his true self. Now, this is getting intriguing. I'm sensing a group of divine feminines being closely observed by someone who seems to be feeling insecure or jealous. If this resonates with you, you might already have an idea of who this is. They appear as a karmic feminine, possibly linked to a masculine or divine masculine in your life. This person seems fixated on you, watching your actions or creations and trying to unravel your mysterious aura. The reversed Angel of Love card suggests that this individual is disconnected from unconditional love. They may desperately want to be liked and accepted, but struggle with self-acceptance, often seeking validation from others. While they might come across as outgoing and sociable, this behavior hides a deeper disconnection from their inner self. They likely find it hard to be alone with their thoughts and might obsess over you or fixate on your life when they're alone. There could be a detail involving brownish hair, although this won't apply to everyone. Additionally, the color red seems to have significance, possibly representing a focus on material or physical aspects of life, reflecting this person's energy. This observation suggests they might be more focused on outward appearances and material success rather than on deeper spiritual connections. You might not have even interacted with this person directly, which could leave you wondering why they harbor such negative feelings toward you, or why you're picking up on strange energy from them. The reason behind this is that your presence exudes a pure, high vibration that cuts through superficial layers and reveals deeper truths. Spiritually, your energy reaches into the shadow aspects and unconscious programming that others hold. bringing their core truths to light. For some, facing these truths can be unsettling and challenging, especially if they're not ready to confront them. This situation might not involve someone you're physically close to. It could be a broader message, especially if you're someone who shares your authentic self through creative work, business success, or other passions. Your vibrant energy and self-acceptance can trigger those around you who aren't ready to confront their own truths. Your authenticity and the energy you radiate highlight the gaps in their own self-acceptance and truth. While this triggering might feel unsettling, it serves as a powerful catalyst for deep healing and transformation. It's part of how you contribute to collective evolution. Growth often starts with being triggered, as it brings underlying issues to the surface. With the Four of Swords reversed over the throat chakra, it's possible this involves someone you don't actively communicate with. If this person is trying to engage, provoke, or elicit a response from you, they might be attempting to pull you into their energy space. By maintaining your silence and standing strong in your confidence and truth, you're preserving your high vibration. Remember, when your energy triggers others, they may subconsciously try to bring you down to their level, seeking comfort in a familiar lower frequency. Wow, that was unexpected. I'm not quite sure why these specific messages came through today, but perhaps someone needed to hear them. Regardless of whether these particular energies resonate with you, the key takeaway is to protect your peace. It's crucial to be selective about who and what you engage with, because your inner peace is your most precious asset. This calm space within you is where creativity and inspiration flourish. It's in this serene environment that those brilliant flashes of insight and creative ideas flow. In a world that often overlooks the value of peace, you've come to recognize its true importance. You understand that preserving your peace is vital for your well-being and for nurturing the unique gifts and inspirations that arise from within. Now, let's return to the divine masculine we discussed earlier. How is he evolving? The fulfillment card reversed indicates that he has been deeply reflecting on his financial and work situation. There's a strong desire within him to break free from old constraints and outdated beliefs. He views you, divine feminine, as a beacon of abundance and freedom, qualities he admires and yearns for in his own life. Right now, he feels confined by certain aspects of his circumstances, particularly related to his finances and career. This sense of entrapment might be tied to a work situation or financial obligations that he finds limiting. This feeling of being stuck might also apply to a karmic relationship or commitment that no longer resonates with his soul. He could feel trapped by these financial or relational ties, yet there's a powerful inner drive pushing him to break free and align more closely with his true desires and values. The reversal of the fulfillment card shows that he's starting to see these limitations and is motivated to overcome them, seeking greater freedom and authenticity in his life. I'm picking up that, at some point, the urge for expansion becomes so strong that it demands a complete release. This is when karmic contracts end and he begins to make significant changes in his relationships, work, and overall life direction. These transformations are already in progress, the root chakra being halfway activated and influencing the sacral chakra suggests that his energy is in a state of flux, especially regarding emotional expression, sacral healing, and relationship dynamics. This could indicate a transition from one relationship to another. Some masculines might be experiencing a breakup or divorce, though this won't apply to everyone. For others, this time may involve confronting and healing deep-seated issues of abandonment or rejection that have previously kept them from fully opening up emotionally. This healing process is crucial for forming more authentic and fulfilling connections in the future. Let's see what more we can channel about this divine masculine. The Sage reversed card keeps showing up around the solar plexus chakra, signaling that this masculine is going through an ego release and feeling a strong urge to communicate. For some, this might mean showing through actions, making tangible changes in how he behaves toward you, divine feminine. For others, it might involve more direct and honest verbal communication. It seems he's had a significant realization that he hasn't fully shared yet. The High Priestess card, upright, suggests that he's deeply aware of something profound, but has been hesitant to speak about it. He seems to know more than he's letting on, especially when it comes to spiritual matters. For some of you, he might be delving into concepts like twin flames, perhaps researching or starting to believe in these ideas. He could feel a bit embarrassed or uncertain about openly discussing his interest in these spiritual topics, as they might be new to him. Despite this, he wants you to know that he doesn't view your beliefs as strange or irrational. This masculine is undergoing a significant shift in perspective, influenced by his interactions with you, the challenges of a dark night of the soul, and the synchronicities you've shared. These experiences are broadening his view, making him realize that traditional explanations don't fully capture what's happening. He's starting to see beyond the physical and connect the dots, expanding his conscious awareness toward more spiritual and esoteric understandings. I'm sensing that the divine masculine might feel compelled to discuss or explore these spiritual concepts with you, divine feminine. However, there's noticeable nervousness about bringing up these topics. Despite recognizing your spiritual nature, he seems a bit embarrassed or hesitant. This reluctance likely stems from his past avoidance of such ideas, which he once dismissed or overlooked. The Four of Cups reversed and the Ten of Cups reversed reveal a crucial realization for him. My failure to appreciate you and our connection has delayed our union and diverted me from my true path. This reflection indicates that, if there has been a separation, he's now looking back with more clarity. He understands that when he lets his ego overshadow the depth of your connection, he begins to experience a lack of fulfillment and spiritual disconnection, not only from you, but also from his inner self and soul's purpose. By focusing only on his logical mind and neglecting the spiritual side of his life, he disconnected from a part of himself that seeks authenticity and deeper meaning. Now, he longs for that sense of spiritual alignment and connection he once shared with you, which he may not have fully appreciated at the time. However, divine feminine, your guides are advising caution. Just because someone reaches out doesn't mean you have to let them back in. It's important to be discerning about who you invite into your life and energy. Protecting your peace and maintaining the integrity of your spiritual and emotional well-being is crucial. This discernment supports your creative and spiritual journey, whatever that may look like in your reality. What this can do is send us spinning into what we then call ruts, where we feel like we are kind of on these superficial highs, but then fall back into that depth of hurt, pain, and stuck energy that seems to loop on endlessly. It's because someone I'm tapping into here hasn't given themselves enough permission to be the beautiful, sometimes messy, sometimes chaotic, emotion-filled person they are. I feel like something about your emotion actually fuels your passion, fuels your gifts. You haven't allowed yourself to experience the full range of emotions as a human, the full range of your own pleasure and material, physical enjoyment. I don't know who I'm speaking to here, but I just feel that it's time for someone to give themselves permission to balance spirituality with practicality. or balance the spiritual with the material, to really give to their physical body, to allow themselves to feel pleasure, to enjoy connection, to enjoy physical experience, and to know that this is what your spiritual awakening journey here on earth is about. If your journey was meant to look so glossy and perfect on the surface, you never would have incarnated here on earth. And you especially wouldn't have incarnated in a body carrying so much energy to be transmuted for your family, community, or collective, like you chose to do. You chose to undergo this messy, chaotic, adventurous incarnation here on earth, because through all of that, through the feeling, you are healing. Through the experience, you are continuing to awaken spiritually as well. That's what it's all about. And I don't know who needed to hear that, but I really feel someone's guides wanted to get that message through today. I've been seeing a lot of the number 44 as well, so that might be connecting with some of you. For now, I'm going to channel a message from the Rumi Oracle, and this card says, "Let love transform." So I'm just going to read a quick message from the card here. The spring of love arrives to transform the dust into a garden. The call is heard from the heavens to bid the wings of the soul to fly. The sea becomes filled with pearls. The dried land receives the water of life. The stone becomes a ruby, and the body becomes all soul. Rumi. The guidebook also says, "This oracle comes to you as a living spiritual gift. Whether you realize it or not, you have triumphed. You have blossomed, succeeded, cast aside that which was unworthy, and taken up love's way." What did I tell you? You have gone through some massive, energetic up-leveling recently. You really deserve your own admiration at this time for what you've been through, for how you've maintained such an open heart through all of that, and for the very radical, positive shifts that have taken place within you. As we wrap up, I'll draw one final card for guidance. The cornucopia card came up, a powerful symbol of manifestation, often linked to the 1111 energy. This card signifies abundance and the fulfillment of desires. If you've been feeling anxious or doubting yourself, especially about sharing your voice or gifts with the world, take this card as a sign that you're manifesting something incredibly powerful. You are drawing in abundance and positive outcomes through the expression of your true self. If your anxiety is linked to a relationship or personal connection, the message is similar, but applies specifically to that situation. There's a wonderful energy flowing into this area of your life. You might be feeling anxious because your mind is trying to overanalyze, plan, or predict what will happen next. Instead, you're being guided to stay present and embrace the moment. Trust that things are unfolding naturally, and let your inner wisdom, which is deeper and more ancient than the conscious mind, guide you. By following your inner guidance, you can navigate your life's journey with greater ease and confidence. Remember, it's not just about reaching a destination, but also about fully experiencing and embracing each moment along the way. Trust in the process and the abundance that is coming your way. As we conclude this reading, if you found it meaningful, I'd love for you to subscribe and join our wonderful community here on YouTube. You can also connect with me on Instagram at @MagnetizeOfficial. Sending you all my love today. Take care, and I look forward to connecting with you in the next reading.